yeah.
All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. We are back once again Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, live streaming on YouTube. It is Blame Your Brother, the podcast. We got many things to discuss tonight. What a wild past couple of weeks it's been. We look forward to our ultimate match of Sunday, Ric Flair's last match. We will be there. We have to discuss that. Vince McMahon stepping down from the WWE. That's been crazy. We've got Marvel Phase 5 coming at us. We got to talk about those selections. We got pastors out here getting robbed, all kinds of things. So we are going to get all to it, and the Mount Rushmore of summer movies. And hopefully we both understood the assignment the same way. We shall see.
Let's hope so.
We'll find out. If not, it'd be two different lists. But I do want to, first off, as we do every time we get on, we had a guest, Kelly Bandis, just great. Just an amazing guest.
Really fun.
A lot of fun. Her book is available, Rookie Mistakes. Please go buy a copy of it if you've not done so. Go to kellybandis.com. All the ways there. I've purchased it. I've started reading it. It's a great book. It's a great read. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. And she was joy. So thank her so much. Anybody that comes on that has that size of an audience is always kind of like, thank you. You know, like you didn't have to come on here to promote it, but she did. So great book, Kelly Bandis, Rookie Mistakes. Go get it. And thanks, Kelly, for coming on. But, you know, what about us? Who is Blame Your Brother? Well, there's two of us that come to you every week. I'm one half of this duo. I am David, a.k.a. D-Brew, Glenn Jackson, Spiritual Midget, Mr. 40%, Mr. Wonderful, and this gentleman sitting over to my left, if you're watching live, it's John.
Hey, everybody, John here, a.k.a. Mr. Groupon, Mr. PTI, the Madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman.
They do have madman.
Okay, he's a madman.
All right, so we took off last week. I was in Michigan, went up there for a little vacation. John, did you know that Michigan apparently has more Confederate flags flying than we do here in Nashville? It was very bizarre.
That is weird.
I saw them as I was driving through Michigan. I said, man, this is odd. There's a lot of Confederate flags. I don't understand what's happening.
One of the more northern states in our
right? Mm. And I was going into stores, and they were selling hats with Confederate flags that literally said the Confederacy on it. So I did a little TikTok post, and I discovered that, wow, they're probably worse than we are, is what people are saying. I drove past one place that was the craziest place you've ever seen. It was a big sign that says, Trump, we love you. Visit Truth Social. Thank you, Melania. End communism. FJB was all spray painted on these buildings. It was something out of a horror movie. I was like, I might get murdered right now because I had to stop and check it out. But I had a good time in Michigan. Checked out the sites. Went to Mackinac Island. That was fun. Saw some beaches. Kind of went beachside for a little bit. And it was just a relaxing kind of vacation. Standard family vacation, you know. Staying in hotels is tough when you have 5 people, you know, but it went all right. It wasn't too bad, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. But, you know, I missed getting on here and talking to people, but that's what I did last week. So, John, what about you? Anything particular happened over the last 2 weeks?
Not that I can think of.
Well, that's good.
Rather boarding life, but hey, I appreciate boredom.
There
nowadays.
You go. No trips to the hospital. Yeah. No, not getting robbed.
Oh wait, we did have a trip to the hospital.
You did.
Yes, just a few days ago.
There you go.
My daughter, 3 years old, jumping on the bed.
Uh-oh.
Told her to stop jumping on the bed.
Yeah.
You're going to fall off. And apparently, I don't know if it was self-made, but it was a prophecy. She fell off the bed. We had to take her to the hospital. She had put in some staples.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
That was fun. It was odd because, I mean, whenever I think of the Crimson Mask when it comes to wrestling, I think of Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And she definitely had a Crimson Mask.
There you go.
It was coming down.
A sign of things to come.
Yeah. I'd almost put money on it that he will bleed.
You want to talk about that? Let's just talk about the mask. I mean, the Crimson Mask. Let's talk about the Ric Flair match. All right, so it's happening this Sunday at Municipal Auditorium. Now, before that, on Saturday, SummerSlam is happening. If you don't know what SummerSlam is, it's a WWE big event. It's one of their big two. WrestleMania, SummerSlam are the big two. I'm going. I've got tickets, and I mean, it's hopefully going to be a good time. It's supposed to rain, and I don't know what they're going to do. This is outside. This is at Titan Stadium. Someone told me you don't call it Titan Stadium. I don't know what to call it. Okay, if the people that keep sponsoring it change every year, I'm done calling it different. And Nissan Stadium, Adelphia Coliseum, Two Fords River Stadium. I don't care what it's called. It's called Titan Stadium. That's where the Titans play. All right, it's going to be outside, and it's supposed to rain. So how do you think that's going to work? They cannot cancel this thing, John.
No, they can't.
I mean, it's just too much. Now, they had it outside at WrestleMania 2 years. It was 2019, I would assume, is when they had it, I think. I don't know. Who knows how time works. It was outside of WrestleMania 1 year. It definitely wasn't 2020 because that was the year COVID hit.
Yeah.
So it was either 2019 or 2021. It was thundering, and they had to.
I think it was 2021.
Okay, so I think it was. I think it was return, and they had to delay it, and so I guess the rain stopped. So I'm hoping the rain stops, but whatever, I'll be there. Who knows who will be there with me? As far as people in the crowd, I've heard a lot of celebrities are here, but Ric Flair's last match. Now it's been announced. People were wondering who is going to be in Ric Flair's last match.
It's a tag team match.
Yeah, it's tag team. Now, so if you don't follow wrestling, his son-in-law is his tag team partner, which makes sense. His name is Andrade. I don't know what he's called on the indie scene or whatever, but in WWE he was Andrade.
Yeah.
He's currently in AEW. Good wrestler. Good. That's probably a good decision.
He's an amazing wrestler when it comes down to being able to perform in the ring. His movements are very fluid, and there's very rarely any injuries happen during his matches.
No, he's great. Yeah, so he's fantastic. So you couldn't have probably picked a better person for that. And it's his son-in-law. He's married. Andrade is married to Charlotte Flair, so good for that. Now on the other side of the ring, this is what's crazy to me.
It's very crazy.
Jay Lethal. Now, if you don't know who that is, that's not that crazy. Jay Lethal was a wrestler that part of his gimmick was he would act like he was Ric Flair. He's a good wrestler as well. Ring of Honor. He's done the indie scene. He's a great wrestler as well. He's good.
This is the crazy part.
His partner is Jeff Jarrett,
who will be at SummerSlam.
What is in the water? Jeff Jarrett is back in the wrestling community. I mean, I know he has a podcast he just started. I didn't know he was going to be at WWE SummerSlam as a freaking
referee.
Guest ref.
Which, I mean, as much as his promotions for this guest referee spot is he keeps going down saying, I'm going to call it down the middle. I'm going to call it down the middle. Which, whenever they profess that too much,
they're not.
It's not. That's not going to happen. So, I mean, there's something that's going to lead to that.
Right, of course.
From that. So, I mean, he's going to be physical somehow.
Of course. He's going to get involved, and maybe he gets his butt kicked. And we'll get to some of that. I want to talk a little bit more about Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns when we talk about Vince McMahon, because I think that's kind of interesting as well. But Jeff Jarrett, which... I mean, the Jarretts and the Flairs, they go back. So I guess it makes sense in some weird way, and good for them. But I'm very excited about this. I've looked over the card. I know some people I don't know. Some people I've seen before. Some people I haven't in person. So I think it's going to be a fun event. The thing I'm still a little bit upset about, I mean, honestly, we bought those tickets day of. I mean, I'm talking 10 a.m., you bought those tickets. I was online at 10 a.m. I bought our tickets. The thing sold out. I went, wow. Good for us. That was when it was at the fairgrounds. They've moved it to Municipal Auditorium, and the seating is it sounds like a mess. It's like, well, if you're general admission, just whenever you get here is what seats you get. I'm like, what kind of nonsense is this? So it's all general, like where we're sitting at is all general admission area. So if we just get there late, I guess we just get there late and we're screwed out of, I mean, I don't like that.
I agree.
But anyway, I mean, it's going to be fun regardless. It'll be a good time, good card. So, Ric Flair, will he bleed? Honestly, I mean, I'm a little concerned about his health. I mean,
he's not a spring chicken.
I mean, he's going to probably take about 5 bumps, right? He's not going to be involved in it too much. He's going to do a figure 4. He's going to probably do a chop. He's probably going. I mean, if he bleeds, he might die. So I honestly, I hope he doesn't bleed, man. But it's Ric Flair.
I mean, it's almost his claim to fame.
It is. Well, you got certain things, right? You got the figure 4. That's his. You got the chops. Woo, that's him. Yeah. I mean, everybody that does that now.
The shuffle.
the fall, the shuffle fall, which is pretty good,
Yeah.
and then the shuffle fall, which is pretty good,
Yeah.
and then the bleeding. So if he's going to go out doing what he does, now I guess I don't like bloody matches. I just don't. I've never really liked them. I think done once in a while, like the Stone Cold Bret Hart, fantastic.
Yeah.
It sells a story.
When it happens too often, yeah.
I hate death matches. I do not like barbed wire matches. I do not like that stuff.
I don't like having to feel concern over the people that are
Yes.
participating.
I mean, because people have almost died in the ring.
So I mean, your John Moxleys and your
Yeah.
Freddie Garcias and all them, they can keep it.
I don't like it. I don't like it. But
Yeah.
anyway, I'm very excited about it. So that's going to be our Sunday. So in the midst of all this, Vince McMahon. I mean, when you think WWE, WWF, this is who you think of. You can take all the wrestlers and throw them aside. Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, The Rock, Stone Cold. If you say WWF, who do you think of? I think if you poll Family Feud style, Vince McMahon. Bing, number one answer.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been with the company since we were children. So over the last couple months, it's been revealed that he's been a bad, bad boy. He's been paying hush money. He paid one woman more money than he paid for WCW. I mean, I'm laughing because it's really bad. I mean, truly, it is
It's, I mean, ridiculously bad.
a culture of more toxic masculinity. It's chauvinism. It's sleep with me to get to the top. I mean, some of these women, now this is all kind of off the record. We know what's come on the record, but are saying he sexually assaulted them. And here's what I will say. I think there's more coming, or he wouldn't have stepped down completely. And I read yesterday or today, he forfeited his shares in the company. Mm-hmm. That's bad. So Vince McMahon, when he was in WWE, people don't know, he was the company. He was the CEO. He was creative. He was everything. You didn't get anything done without going through Vince. What are you going to remember about Vince McMahon? Because he's done. He's riding into the sunset.
His claim to fame was he seemed like an old pervert.
That's not what you're going to take away from his entire career, is it?
That's the biggest. Well, the biggest thing would probably be his
just
rivalry with Stone Cold.
Right.
That's probably the biggest memory when it pops into your head.
All right.
But I mean, all those things between Sable and Trish Stratus.
Okay, I'm not John. I can't knock it because it's true. Yes, he had a propensity for being
it kept returning to the forefront.
Let's clarify what you're talking about. People don't know. He's named women that were very, very attractive wrestlers, the most attractive wrestlers, and he would always seem to be in storyline involved with them, making out, kissing, touching.
I mean, and when you're writing the script,
right?
I mean, come on.
What are you going to say? No, so that's a little weird. I will look into looks. He has changed the entire world of wrestling. Okay, like when you look at every company that's come up, the WCW, AEW, Ring of Honor, you name it, it's off his back. He built the industry. Could we have possibly built the industry if we'd been in his position? I don't know. Who's to say, right? I mean, everyone says he's a genius, and I've always said this. I think at one point he probably was a genius. I don't know as of late he was a genius. I almost feel like, and minus the women that have to suffer through this, but I feel he was going to have to go anyway. I mean, I've been watching wrestling my entire life, and the storylines lately are they're not that great. I mean, I'm just being honest. They're just not that great. I will always watch. Probably
even when it comes down to the bookings,
right?
The clean match finishes are almost non-existent.
Yeah, unless it's your number one ranked guy beating like the number.
Unless
20,
it's a squash match.
like a 29th guy. It doesn't make sense. But I can't knock his legacy. It's a lot like, to me, it's like a Michael Jackson situation. Or you know what? Let's do Woody Allen situation. I love Woody Allen movies. I will always love Woody Allen movies. I know that's probably controversial. You can't like his movies. No, I still do, and I'll still watch them. I like Woody Allen. I like the way he writes. I like his characters. I like his stories. I like his movies. Is he a creep? I mean, I don't, it's been alleged he is. I don't know. Did he date his own stepdaughter? Yeah. Is that illegal? No. It's alleged that he touched his kids. I don't know that happened. Okay. He says it didn't. They said it did. I don't know. But there is a there's an overcast of perviness over his work now.
Yeah.
This is going to be the same way for him as more stuff comes out, and it will. More stuff is going to come out. It's not going to be good. And if this stuff starts getting into like sexual assault, like it's Harvey Weinstein produced Pulp Fiction. You're telling me people are not going to go watch Pulp Fiction because Harvey Weinstein's associated with it? It's stupid. I mean, It's stupid to say that. But he did. He was instrumental in getting these movies, and it's like Vince. He was instrumental in getting, look at your starts. Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, all those people. And I will say this, though, because I've heard a lot of podcasts this week talk about Vince McMahon, and deservedly so. They should be. They're like, this guy had more hits than misses. I would say he probably had more misses than hits, but the hits he had were like out of this world hits.
Yeah.
But I can name you 1,000 people that were misses that should have been hits. I mean, of course, he could have screwed up The Rock. He didn't, and I'll give him credit for that. Hulk Hogan. I mean, these are larger-than-life characters.
There are a lot of people that were pushed down.
Right.
Because they didn't come up the way he wanted them to cut up. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, even Stone Cold, his own promo off the cuff created that Austin 3:16 moment.
Right.
And that wasn't in no script. That was...
But sometimes, sometimes it is, hey, go out there and just say whatever because I trust you because you're talented. Yeah. But, let's talk about a Macho Man. Like, Macho Man should have been the champion at some point. I mean, if we're listing at one point, John, we're going to have to list our favorite wrestlers. Not the best wrestlers, but our favorite wrestlers. Macho Man's in my top 5 without a doubt. I mean, I loved him as a kid. But he was never the guy because Vince didn't like something about him, And so, stuff like that happens. But it is a bad look. The company will continue to go on. I'm actually kind of excited about it, minus him. I think Triple H, his son-in-law, has a lot of good ideas for the future. But there's going to be some weird stuff going on creatively, or not creative, but CEO-wise, because Stephanie McMahon's part CEO, you have Nick Khan's part CEO, then you have Kevin Dunn over here, and in a couple months to a year, this is going to be a much different landscape, and hopefully it's good. But I don't know. One day it's hard to think about.
Even a little bit of Raw seemed a little different. Raw is the main program.
Yes, on Mondays.
WWE, and they just seem to have a different awe about them. They didn't say they used the word fans instead of WWE Universe.
I agree.
They used the term wrestlers a few times instead of superstars.
Superstar, yeah. They have these. If you've never watched it, they have these weird rules they follow, and part of that is you can't say it's a belt. You have to say it's a championship title or whatever, and you can't say fans. You have to say you can't say I'm a wrestler. So a lot of that will probably change, which and maybe he's right. Maybe these things matter. We'll find out. But
even when it comes to they wanted to shy away from the phrase pay-per-view.
Right.
To premium live event.
Which I see that because it's not a pay-per-view anymore. Because, you have to subscribe to an entire network to watch it. So it's like, I guess I pay for everything to watch, I guess at that point, Raw is a pay-per-view. I have to pay to watch it. It's not free. So I get it.
It's still on USA, so.
Right, but you have to pay to watch USA, right?
I guess, yeah.
See? Nothing's free, man. Everything's pay-per-view. It's a pay-per-view kind of world, except for those whack channels when you get your TV and like, hey, man, there's free TV on here. You're like, oh, sweet, dude. They got free live. Have you ever checked those out? I don't know, I think it's a Samsung TV. And so when you press power, it goes, hey, man, at the bottom, like, here's some free live TV. And I went, swear, I'm going to cut every cord. I checked those channels and said, if this was only TV there was, I would not even watch TV. Like, Leave It to Beavers on. That guy passed away. Rest in peace to
Jerry Mathers.
Sure, I guess. Not Beaver, but his brother.
Tony Dow.
Sure.
Wally.
Okay, he died. Anyways, rest in peace. Okay, but anyways, Vince McMahon's career is dead.
Tell Dave's broken out.
Well, who is it? I mean, you might as well just say the other people died this week. Paul Sorvino died. All right, I mean, what are we going to do with every minimal actor that ever lived? Okay, I will say this last about Vince McMahon, then we got to jump into some good stories here. Brock Lesnar is a Vince McMahon guy. I mean, surely everybody knows who Brock Lesnar is. Well, Brock Lesnar, when he heard the news that Vince left, he's like, I'm out. I'm leaving. And somehow, I guess they talked him into staying, and he is in the main event at SummerSlam. He better show up, dude. I mean, I'm paying tickets to see. Roman Reigns is my guy. I mean, that's another one of my favorites. Roman Reigns of lately, he's one of the greatest characters of all time. those two better get out there and wrestle because I mean I'm there to see that, right? I'm there to see Becky. I love Becky Lynch. I definitely want to see Seth Rollins, but man, I want to see Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar go at it. Like I'm ready for this. So we'll see what happens. All right. Anyway, so that was that. Ta-da, Vince. See you later, buddy. Okay, let's talk about Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe was revealed at Comic-Con, I guess is where it was. All right, John, have you seen this list at all, yes or no?
Not all of it, but most of it.
Okay. All right, let's start off.
Ant-Man is supposed to be the next
Yes,
one.
Quantum Mania. So we'll just go down the list. How excited are you on a scale 1 to 5, okay? Quantum Mania, the Ant-Man movie, 1 to 5. John, if it's that.
Here's the thing about this one is I know it's setting up something. So I want the setup, but the story of the actual movie, it's like a 2.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not very excited. I will go see it. I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3. I'll give you 2s later. I'll give you a 3. I'm excited for this as I was Thor: Love and Thunder. How about that?
I'm more excited for Thor: Love and Thunder, and I still haven't seen it.
I've seen it. It's all right. Okay. That's going to be, according to the February 17th, 2022. The next movie or show, or I don't know, Secret Invasion. Is this a series? What is this?
I think that's a series.
About Skrulls? It's got Nick Fury in it, I believe.
Apparently.
Okay. 2. I mean, I'll watch it, but I'm not excited. Let's just say, of course, we're probably going to watch most of these, but yes, excitement level. Okay, I'm going to go with you. Quantum Mania, 2. I'll go with you. 2. Yes, 2's fair. Secret Invasion.
Probably a 2.
2.
Yeah.
All right, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, 5.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, it's going to be a rocket-themed movie, they're saying. It's all about rocket. You know, I love me some rocket, and I love Guardians of the Galaxy. So, that's a theater experience. I'm going to go see it at the theater. Echo. Now, Echo is the villain from the recent Hawkeye series.
I've heard that it's going to be Daredevil's going to be in it, and he's supposed to have a heavy role.
Oh, wait, whoa!
If that's the case, then I'm giving it a 4.
Hold
maybe
on,
5.
yeah, you did see. You said that. Now I'm up to 4. If Daredevil's in it, I'm 4. Yeah.
Now, without that, because that's not 100% confirmed.
Okay.
Without that, I'm going to 2.
Yeah, that's a fair. I mean, we're step by step. Yes, if it has Daredevil in it, it's a 5 for me. Forget a 4. If Daredevil is in it, it's a 5. Okay. I think we get Loki season 2, 5.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all in. I love Loki. The Marvels, which is Captain Marvel and her friends.
2.
Yeah.
Maybe less.
I'll give it a 2. I mean, I still like Brie Larson. I know I shouldn't, but I still like her. I think she's good on screen. All right. What is it? Blade. Man, look, I know everyone's like, yo, I love Blade, but I don't really love Blade. I liked the Wesley Snipes Blade. It was fine. It was fine. It was, it was cool. You got to look at the back then. No, it was better than cool. Back then, it was a great comic book movie. If we're really looking at Blade, Wesley Snipes, I mean, arguably at the time it came out, it may have been
that first movie was
maybe
really
the best
good.
comic book movie when it came out. At that point in history, what was Batman 89, which I don't really like. Batman Returns, which I don't like, and Blade. What else is there? Superman 77. Yeah, I mean I like that, but looking back, it's not that great. Superman 2, okay, it's all right. Blade was actually
Are you including
everything?
graphic novels?
Like what?
The Crow. The Crow was better.
Yeah, I'll give you The Crow is good, but strictly comic book. Let's say strictly Marvel or DC properties. That's superheroes. Blade is it, dude. I mean, I'll argue with anybody. That point is who cares.
You might have a point.
Okay,
there.
but this being said, Blade, I just don't really care, man. I honestly I'll watch it, but like a 1. This is a movie, right?
I'm not going to see it in the
Is
theater.
this a series or movie?
I think it's a movie.
Okay.
It's supposed to tie in with Black
Knight. I think everything at the top's a movie. Everything on the bottom's a show. Okay. Okay, I get you. If you join us live, you'd be seeing all this content. All right, next up, Ironheart. Iron Man 1. Probably 0 if you want the truth. I mean,
I'm definitely not theater. Wait, oh, that's
No,
a series.
series. I'm not. I don't even know if I'll watch it.
I'll watch it.
Oh, you watch it? Are you watching Miss Marvel? You love that one?
I did watch Miss Marvel.
You watch
I
it
did
on-
not. I watched
You watch,
all of it.
no, what? Why are you watching that show? It's terrible, John.
Just because it's
No,
part
it's-
of the whole thing.
No, who cares? It's
I know.
trash,
I
dude.
agree.
Oh, John.
I agree,
John,
but
you are the one they're catering to. Ironheart, you're in. I'm not watching this.
I'll watch it.
I'll tell you what.
But
I won't watch it. You tell me it's good, and I'll check it out. All right.
all right.
Now, there's no way. This is a movie, Agatha, Coven of Chaos. That's got to be a show, right?
That's got to be a show. Yeah.
Okay, maybe we're all shows. No, there's. Okay. I mean, who's going to be in it? I mean, just her. I mean, Scarlet Witch is dead.
I mean, it could have
Isn't
some
Vision-
tie-ins to.
Vision dead?
It could have some tie-ins to Fantastic Four, because originally she was a
Okay.
Fantastic Four.
Here's the thing.
character.
I love the actress, and I love Scarlet Scarlet, whatever the show.
WandaVision.
WandaVision. Oh my God, I was going everywhere but the right place. I'll watch. I like her. I'll watch. I had 3. I'll check that out. Now, this is my one. This is my. If I could go off the scale, everything on this list, take it and throw it in the trash. Daredevil, a 200.
Yeah, definitely.
250. You tell me, bro, you can only watch one of these, okay? You can only watch one of these. Are you still picking Daredevil? I'm picking Daredevil every time.
Oh yeah.
Over Guardians.
Ooh.
Now, Daredevil's a series. Guardians is a movie, and you can only watch. Okay, let's think about it. We'll get to the end. We got Daredevil, the best. Captain America, called the New World Order. The new Captain America, 3.5. I mean, I'm excited to see it. I think it'll be good.
I'm not excited to see it, but
Yeah.
I would like to see it.
And then Thunderbolts, which has potential.
I'm kind of down to see that. I'd probably give that a 4.
Thunderbolts is like the band. So you go to see like the established band and then the opening bands there, and you're like, man, these guys could be like the best band ever, or they could be the worst crap I've ever seen. That's how I feel about Thunderbolts. I think it's either going to be they're going to knock it out of the park, or it's going to not be good.
Now, there's some things that you did not mention that's not on that list.
I mean, that's the list. I got it from Comic-Con. What else is not on there?
I mean, She-Hulk
Oh,
and Black Panther.
well, I think that's still Phase 4. I think that's the end of Phase 4 is what they're saying. I think Black Panther's the final one of Phase 4 is what I heard. And then She-Hulk's
Okay.
coming out like
Well, She-Hulk
this week, isn't it?
should have some ties into Thunderbolts.
Well, I mean, you can Phase 4 can still tie into Phase
Okay.
5, man. It's just what they're calling it. Yeah, She-Hulk. I watched another trailer. Oh man, I think it's gonna be a good
I think
show.
it's going to be billed as a comedy.
It is a comedy, but
So,
it looks funny. I didn't know Hulk was in it that much, so I'm in. I'm back in.
yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. If you want to get us in, if you look, how do we get the 40-year-old men in? Just put people from Phase 1 in the shows and we'll watch it. Or that'd be Daredevil. I can't speak. When we think of the greatest casting of all time, I know people are like, all right, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. Of course. Fantastic. You can't really imagine anyone else doing that. Chris Evans as Captain America became that role. Now you're just like, yeah, I mean, you probably could pick someone else, but he's great. Was it Charlie Cox?
Yeah.
The best.
The thing is if you would have told me, I mean, that's what it was when he first came out, when they were pushing the series, and they said that it was gonna be him.
Yeah.
This is the guy from Stardust,
Oh, is it?
and I'm like, how?
Huh.
Really? What? And I mean, it's just another one of those English actors that came out swinging.
The best. I'm calling him. I want people to know I love Daredevil like more than anything. This is the best cast person of all time in Marvel. Nothing will beat it. The thing with Daredevil, if you don't cast that right, it's done. Iron Man, you don't cast it right, there's room to recover. He's got a cool suit. You don't cast Daredevil right, the series it's done. It's over, dude. It's wrapped. So, all right. So you can only watch one of all these. Which one? I'm Daredevil. Me, obviously.
I mean, you got more content with the series, so yeah.
But movies can be much better than a series, though, if they're done right. I mean, what's better? We love WandaVision, but what's better, WandaVision or just pick one of your favorite Marvel movies? Infinity War or whatever. Endgame.
You got a point, but.
Right? A movie can transcend shows, man. That's why movies still are the GOAT.
But
We're doing Mount Rushmore of blockbuster summer movies, John, not blockbuster summer TV shows, because movies rock.
the difference is because Guardians of the Galaxy is mostly humorous.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, I love to laugh, but there's a depth to the Daredevil, so I got to give him the edge.
Okay. I mean, I can't argue with that. I see your point there. Well, okay, there we go. Let us know what you're excited about for Marvel Phase 5. Let's talk real quick. I want to do this story real quick. Okay. John, you've gone to church. I've gone to church. I'm going to show you a video of a pastor being robbed at church, and I'll just let you watch the story. It's going to pop on screen. People will hear the audio at home, and I can't wait to get your reaction. Here we go.
Yo. All right.
While delivering a Sunday sermon on a live stream, 3 masked gunmen are seen storming the Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries in Brooklyn, forcing Bishop Lamar Whitehead to the ground. He says the gun was even pointed in the face of his 8-month-old daughter.
Women and children started to scream, and they put the gun to my back, and they put the gun to my daughter's face. This is atrocious, right? For men to come in during service and lay the entire church down at gunpoint.
The bishop says the gunman stole more than $1 million worth of jewelry and gems, including expensive watches and even his wedding band. While the sermon was going out live from the second floor of this building, some congregants were there in person.
It's threatening for the people that come to church that day.
Oh, okay, I don't know. Okay. I want to walk you through this right now. Do you understand? The story starts off.
You know where I'm thinking this is going.
The story starts off bonker crazy, dude. All right. I mean, bonker crazy. I want this to play well. Hold on. I gotta turn this sound off though. Yeah, I think this dude. Okay.
Yo.
Understand something here, my people.
While delivering a Sunday sermon on a live stream, 3 masked gunmen are seen storming the Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries in Brooklyn, forcing Bishop Lamar Whitehead to the ground. He says the gun was even pointed in the face of his 8-month-old daughter.
Women and children started to scream, and they put the gun to my back, and they put the gun to my daughter's face. This is atrocious, right?
This man's
for men
rocking
to come
$1 million
in
worth
during
of
service
now, there's more
and lay the entire church down at
quite a
gunpoint.
controversial
The bishop says the gunman stole more than $1 million worth of jewelry and gems, including expensive watches and even his wedding band. While the sermon was going out live from the second floor of this building, some congregants were there in person.
It's threatening for the people that come to church that day. It's horrible.
Whitehead once served 5 years in prison for identity theft and grand larceny. In his current life, he is known for his opulent flashiness and claims to be a mentee of Mayor Eric Adams. The bishop recently attempted negotiating the surrender of Q-Train murder suspect Andrew Abdullah and showed up at the police precinct in a $400,000 Rolls Royce, but the NYPD took Abdullah into custody on their own. Now, the bishop is offering a $50,000 reward for the arrest of the gunmen who robbed him, urging them to turn themselves in.
I'm praying for them, but I want justice to prevail, because they can't just run into these churches like this, man. If you could run into the church, you could run anywhere.
I'm just saying. If I was an armed gunman,
yeah,
and I'm walking down the street thinking, I'm gonna hit up a church, that's not the one I'd hit up.
But they must have known he was there. Like I said, the key, because a lot of people have said insurance fraud, right? But the key you got to understand is everyone knows this dude rocks all this stuff. A preacher's look. This is coming from David here, and I'm sure John will sign off. A preacher should not be on stage rocking $1 million worth of jewelry. I can't even comprehend that. That's insane. I'm almost like, good. I'm glad they robbed him. If this is true and no one got hurt, okay, I want to stress this. And they pointed a gun at an 8-year-old baby. I mean, did they really? I mean, we didn't even see that in video. Or are they just saying that? I don't know. But Rob is full, man. I mean, dude, you can't be doing this. So, what a story. But at the end of the day, this is why I want to get your opinion. You think this is insurance fraud or not? Because that's the going theory by most people.
If it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck.
Because I've read $1 million and other sites say $400,000. Then you really start thinking insurance fraud because like, wait a minute. How are we fluctuating $500,000 just floating around, right? If this turns out to be, they find out this guy did a Jesse Smollett. What's that guy's name? Jesse Smollett, right?
Yeah.
oh my God, it would be crazy. But anyway, why do people? I don't understand, John. Why do people follow these wolves in sheep's clothing in these churches, man? Like these Joel Osteen people that are just, I mean, wealthy beyond belief, man, and like $1 million. Let's just say that's $1 million, dude, worth of jewelry. What's the most expensive thing you think you've ever had on at one time? Like honestly, like mine is so low it doesn't even matter. Like mine is so low. Like if I've had 100,
probably my wedding band.
Right.
That was about 600.
Okay, so probably that's probably most people, right? I think that's probably it. My wedding band. Other than that, it'd be like $100, maybe a jacket or something, or maybe a suit that was like $100 or something. I don't know. Oh, just craziness from there. All right, let's talk about money real quick. Mega Millions up to $1 billion. Now, John, do you participate in the lottery, or is that frowned upon in the church?
I participate.
Okay. You won't answer the next question. Okay, so question everyone always asks. I know what our answers are going to be. I just want to get this out of the way because I read something today that made me laugh, but you would quit your job immediately, right? Like,
I would figure out how to do my insurance, medical insurance for my kids. But once that's the only thing I'm thinking of.
Yes. I mean, you're not. I saw today someone said, "When would you put your 2 weeks in?" I went, 2 weeks, bro. Once I figured out all the financial advisor, lawyer, that they wouldn't get 2 seconds. I don't even know if I actually would go back in, truthfully. But yeah, like you said, my God, I get so excited sometimes when they get to these big amounts because I'm like, I could win this. Like, I could win this. I've purchased quite a bit for this one. I went in with a couple people at work. I bought some of my own. And is it getting drawn tonight? It's tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Friday, okay. So if this podcast just up and ends for a long time, maybe we won. Would you tell anyone? Honestly.
I mean, I'd tell some people because
Would you tell the public? Would you tell the podcast listeners? Be honest. I would not.
Probably not.
I mean, I don't want you guys to stop listening, but I'm not telling any. I'm like John.
I mean, if we do continue and our quality just skyrockets.
Right. There you go. We're in a big studio with all like decked out like interns doing all of our graphic stuff. But just a dream. Sometimes it's the worst thing you can give someone. I like dream of winning this, man. Like I just, my God, man. It makes me speechless thinking about it. I don't even know what I would do, you know? I mean, I would say, I would hook up. I would call together a collection of close friends and family.
Yeah.
I'd say, here, I'm going to cut you a check right now. I cut you a check. You don't ever ask me for another dollar again because I'm not giving you $20. I'll give you a lot of money. All right, I want you to do whatever you want with it. After I did that, and after I got all my fares, I'm out. You won't see me in America for a while. I'm going to go take a big trip, which I think most Americans should travel abroad. But yeah, I would definitely be traveling around Europe, some beaches. I would be gone for a while because I think you have to.
You have to, yeah.
I mean, you got to move immediately.
You got that kind of money. First of all, I mean, like you said, there's a security issue.
Right.
With people coming out of the woodwork.
Right. That's if they're not trying to rob you like the Bishop Whitehead there.
Bishop Whitehead. Yeah. But I mean, and then also, I mean, I think there's a driving force behind anybody that has like a true social soul in them that they want to experience culture.
Right. Yes.
And so, I mean, you've been to Japan. I've been to London.
Been to France.
Yeah, and so there's other places out there that we can experience how other humans live and lived.
It's amazing. I mean, it will blow your mind. I think it will also allow you to have a little bit more empathy for other people. You know, this country is turning into such a nationalist society where it's like, America's the greatest. Like, is it? I mean, you guys you've never even been to another country.
The only time anyone is looking out for somebody else is if they can get a pat on the back for it.
Right. Yeah, welcome to America,
and
right?
That's your social justice warriors and all those people out there that, I mean, really, do they really care about those issues? No, they just want to look like they care.
I know. I hope more people actually do care, but I come back to, you can't say something is the greatest if you've never experienced anything else. Like you may say, hey, this
all you eat is pizza. You don't know if your favorite food is going to be a burrito.
Right.
Yeah.
Or it could be, hey, man, I've only eaten at this pizza place. Speaking of that, Johnny Knoxville apparently lives around where I live at. He lives apparently around Franklin, Tennessee.
That doesn't surprise
And he was at Nellie's Pizza like last Friday, which is like 5 minutes from where I live. So he obviously said it was one of the best pizza places he ever been to. So, Festlove says, will y'all be at SummerSlam? Yes. Will you be at Ric Flair's last match? Yes, Festlove. We talked about it at the beginning, so you check out, download it, and we talk about our predictions for the Ric Flair match, which we'll see. But yes, it'd be nice to win. So John and I both have tickets. Hopefully all you guys do too. And it's fun. I mean, it's kind of a fun thing. The funniest one I saw, Scoop Nashville said that the ladies from Deja Vu bought $5,000 worth of tickets. And they said if they win, they're going to give a lot of money to schools and help the community, which I think is cool. And I'm going on record right now. If I win, I will be hooking up many charities that I frequent. And they all know who they are, so I would take care. I would love to do it. Never having to work again would be great at a job you don't like. B, helping people charity-wise would be great. But then C, the power would be great as well. I mean, let's just keep it real. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. The power to just tell people to go stick it at occasion, I'm talking about the rich people, to get over them and to be able to own them would be the best. I would buy out. I think I would probably try to buy out people in Nashville. I know a lot of the developers. Some of them are not good people. So, anyways, Festlove, yeah. If you're at Ric Flair's last match, definitely come see us, man. I'll probably be rocking some Blame Your Brothers swag or something. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, John. As we get to this, we're gonna move on to our Mount Rushmore. What do you do? What's the first thing you buy? I mean, not a house, not a car. Let's say what's something you would always kind of want on a small level.
I would kind of. Well, I mean, I'd want to get my eyes fixed. I'd get LASIK, definitely.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Me too. Good answer.
But one thing, I'd get the house, and obviously there's plenty of places that I want to visit.
Right.
But something I would probably want to start a business, not really for the money, obviously, because I don't need it.
Right.
But just for the legacy.
All right. So like a restaurant or something.
Yeah.
No. I dig it. I like it.
But I mean, for the most part, I mean, I would try and set up like an endowment for myself and my family.
Yeah, of course.
Where the only money I'm spending is actually the interest off of the money.
John's going deep. I would buy a very expensive guitar, and I would buy some very expensive Mac stuff, and I would build a custom studio.
I mean, there'd definitely be a studio in my house.
Can you imagine how great that would be? Anyways, all right. Well, let's move on. It's time for the Mount Rushmore of the summer blockbuster movies. Now, I will tell you what the definition is according to the website I went to. Summer blockbusters generally are big budget movies that are released at the height of the summer season. Usually has crazy special effects and or iconic stars, but not necessarily all of them, but a lot of the time. Is that what your list is?
It is not, but
Wait, what did you do? Wait a minute.
Summer movies.
We talked about this before I left, literally, because Robin said, are you doing movies in summer? And I said, no, we're doing blockbuster summer movies.
Well, the thing is there's so many of those that I can easily adapt.
Oh, John, what is happening here? Okay. All right. Well, who goes first, you or me? So I don't know what his list is going, because I'm looking at the big movies of all time. You know, like what are movies that people were excited to go see, blockbuster summer movies. Like right now, you got Top Gun Maverick. You have Thor, Love and Thunder. So those are two kind of the big, things to get people out into the theater and spend money. All right. So, John, are you going first this week? Why don't you just go first, since I don't know what's going on with your list?
All right. Well, if we're going blockbusters,
yeah,
and you got George Washington on the Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
He's the OG.
Okay.
You've got to go with the OG.
Oh, okay. Which is
Blockbuster.
What?
And if you don't know which one it is, you're going to need a bigger brain.
Okay.
Jaws.
Yeah. So you're okay. So you're on. Yes, you get the concept, John.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not what my original.
I don't even know. Is Jaws set in the summer?
Obviously, it is.
It says that in the movie.
It's kind of a gimme. I mean,
people go to the beach. People go to the beach in the spring. The end of spring.
It's a summer movie.
It's been a while. I was watching Jaws the other day. I never really got an idea. Maybe it is. I guess Summer Beach. But yes, obviously Jaws. Yes, Jaws comes out in the year 1975. I mean, most people say it's probably the first big blockbuster, right? I mean,
that's what sparked the whole blockbuster idea,
right?
Steven Spielberg kind of, if this didn't make it, he wouldn't have had a career.
Yeah,
this was his go big or go home.
Right. Yeah,
and he went big.
He did go big. So yeah, Jaws obviously great movie all time. And really always had me afraid of sharks for the rest of my life. I mean, so they did their work there. Okay, so Jaws, yeah. All right, you get it. All right, so. Okay, I'm going to go for my first choice. I'm going to go with a little movie in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars 4, A New Hope. The year is 1977. People see the crazy space movie, and the rest is history. It's cemented into pop culture legacy, more so than Jaws. I mean, Jaws would have been my number one pick, but more so than Jaws, it's still around today. I mean, there's still franchise today, still new series comes out, and it is, I watched it recently with my son. It's still a great movie. I mean, there's parts of it a little bit corny, but in 1977, I do wish I could go back in time and watch that as a let's say teenager in 1977. Your head would have exploded.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you would have been like, what is happening right now? How are they doing this? Which has happened with other movies than me, but yeah. Yeah, Star Wars, man. It doesn't get bigger than that. I mean, Lucas cemented his legacy. I mean, he could have done nothing else, and that was it. So Spielberg, Lucas, two big titans of the industry at one. So, all right, John, what's your number two?
Number two, I'm gonna go with much more recent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Endgame.
All right, yeah, that's not bad.
It's just
when did this come out? Do you remember?
I want to say.
I mean, like summer, right?
Yeah,
okay.
It came out during the summer. I want to say early August.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, who wasn't thrilled to the moon for Endgame? I mean, I was like, we got to go see this opening night. I mean, I don't know if I went and saw it opening night, but I definitely saw opening weekend.
Yeah.
See, if you're going to go see these movies the weekend they open, to me, that's a blockbuster. That's like, I got to watch this because A, I want to be one of the first people to watch it. B, I don't want to get any spoiled, which has become less. It used to be really bad. It's gotten better for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm not on social media as much anymore. I'm not sure, but it used to be, man, people were spoiling these things like Friday night, like right after they got out of the theater. It was sad, but yeah. So what is about Endgame that speaks to you, John? That it was your number two.
I mean, it was a movie that took 10 plus years to come to fruition.
Right.
And it had everybody. I mean, literally in that whole universe.
It is crazy. We're going to look back and go, wow. So just every actor that worked was in this movie pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be quicker to name famous people that have not been in this movie than probably to name people that were in it. I mean, it's wild. I mean, minus, like I said, Leo. Leo's the only one I can name that really has not been in a superhero movie. I'm trying to think. Has George Clooney been in one? Maybe not.
Batman.
Oh, he was bad. Jeez. Is Leo the only one?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis, but he's retired. Active? Can you name another one? We've tried to do this before,
man. Are you talking about including voice parts?
Sure. Associated.
Probably not.
Associated with anyway. Who were you going to say if not?
Neil Patrick Harris, but he's done voices for Batman movies and Flash.
Yeah, I'm saying it associated with any way. It's almost impossible. Leo will be in one of these movies. I there's no way there's no way. It's getting to the point where
Reeves was already Constantine.
Right. I mean, dude, think about it. Even you're like, oh, Brad Pitt. Well, Brad Pitt was in Deadpool.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's done. I mean, who else? Name your biggest ones. I mean, Julia Roberts. She might be another one. I don't think Julia Roberts.
I think you could probably name a few women.
Yeah.
Might come up.
But I don't know. They're starting to get some of them too. So, all right, anyway, Endgame. Great choice. Great choice, John. Great choice. Okay. If we're going to go superhero movies, I will bookend you. Christopher Nolan is the king. I mean, I could just do all Christopher Nolan movies if you want the truth, but his greatest blockbuster is The Dark Knight.
I can't argue with that.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. I mean, that movie, I went and saw that movie on IMAX screen. It was so good. The greatest superhero movie, if you ask me. Better than Endgame. That's probably I don't know if even that's a hot take, but what do you think's a better movie? Superhero movie.
I mean, Dark Knight is one of the greatest movies, period.
But what's the better superhero movie? Would you say Endgame's better than Dark Knight? To say that's a tough one.
For superhero, I mean, there's a thing that making something a comic book movie,
yeah,
and having that distinction has a feel to it, and that Dark Knight doesn't necessarily have that feel.
Are you insane? Do you remember the scene? I mean, there's action galore in that movie. That's the thing.
That's not. There's action galore.
He's doing stuff that you'd have to be a superhero to do some of this stuff, bro. I mean,
that's not what I mean, though. There's action galore in Man of Steel. But Man of Steel seemed more like a movie about an alien than it did a superhero movie.
The action was not great, though. You didn't really... You got bored of it at some point. Right? I mean, let's be honest. Him versus Zod, you're like, all right, man, we know how this ends, bro. Dark Knight, you literally did not know how anything was going... You're like, I have no idea, bro. Even the ending is like... It's crazy, right? I mean, the ending is insane, dude. I mean,
you can say the same thing about the Die Hard movies, but they're not comic book movies. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a feel to comic book movies
I get you.
that Dark Knight doesn't have.
I don't know, man. I think it has a feel of Batman comic book. For sure. I mean, is Batman a superhero? You have to ask yourself that, is he?
I mean, the thing is...
You say Batman's John McClane's the same guy. I mean, essentially, almost.
There's so many iterations of Batman.
What makes Batman a superhero? His gadgets? Because there's gadgets galore in Dark Knight. What else is it? I mean, what makes him a superhero? I mean, see? These are philosophical questions. Anyway, Dark Knight's my number 2.
Yeah.
All right. You're up, John.
Now, this one, I don't think aged gracefully.
Oh, no.
But when it came out...
Oh, here we go.
What do you think I'm going to say?
I have no idea. I seriously have no idea.
When it came out, I was so excited about this movie. I was quoting it days after it, weeks after it, months after it. It's been featured on different lists of ours for different things. But Independence Day.
No, I had it, bro. Yes, of course. Actually, I know Jaws is the OG. The first one I honestly thought of was Independence Day. I don't know why. I guess because we were like that age, right? Like I remember going to see Independence Day going, to me, this is so far of everything we probably listed, it's probably the best definition of one because it is just, it's some of these movies are almost too good to be summer blockbuster movies. I mean, because I have a kind of association with kind of movies for dummies for summer blockbuster, like Armageddon. I mean, we love Con Air, but Con Air, Independence Day, they're not bright.
They're not thinkers.
No, they're not. Like that's the appeal. Like you don't want to make a movie. The problem with The Dark Knight is probably people, they left it and went, I don't get it, man. What happened? You know, like Independence Day, you're like, all right, aliens come, we fight them, we kick their butts. The end of the story.
Yeah.
Pretty simple story, you know. Even Jaws, just like, you know, it's a lot of cerebral movies with even Endgame's kind of like on some level. I mean, it's not. There was a lot of moving parts to that movie. I mean, people probably were like, what the heck's going on in Endgame? I mean, for sure. I mean, there was like 1,500 million parts moving. But Independence Day, yes, John, I agree with you 100%. Do I think it's a bad movie? No, not at all. No. I think it is exactly what it needs to be. And I think that's underrated in movies. I don't know how a critic would go see that movie and go, I don't like it. It is exactly what it's supposed to be. I mean, if you go see a Farley Brothers movie, if you go see Dumb and Dumber, it's exactly what it's supposed to be. I don't know how these movies get ranked bad. It's like, what are you expecting? A Schindler's List? Yeah. I mean, Independence Day is fantastic. I mean, seen it multiple times. I don't think it ages that bad. I mean, minus Will Smith, you know, but we knew in the movie he liked to punch things. He punched an alien. He punched Chris Rock. I mean, we shouldn't have been surprised. No, that's great. I mean,
welcome to the Oscars.
Yeah, there you go, right? So Independence Day is a good one. All right, John, that's good. Yeah, I definitely wanted to list that one, but you got it. All right. I'm going to go with, I think this is Spielberg. I guess Spielberg and Lucas confused, but Raiders of the Lost Ark, Spielberg, right?
It was Lucasfilms, but
Spielberg.
But Spielberg.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I loved the first Raiders is a fantastic. It's a perfect movie. It's so good. It's Harrison Ford. It is most Harrison Fordish. I've got 2 Harrison Fords on here. Yeah, I mean he was kind of the dude for summer for a while, and then he just kind of, I don't know what happened to that guy. What happened? He got a bit crazy, didn't he? Started flying planes, crashing them every other week. I'm like, if you crash 2 planes, you're done. That's it. You can't fly anymore, dude. He's crashed 2. You're done. You got the earring. He's weird. But Raiders, oh, man. Just the opening sequence is amazing. Once again, not really. I mean, it's more cerebral than Independence Day, but it's a pretty simple plot to follow. It gets a little heady at the end with the Ark of the Covenant. But I don't know. Great, man. It's quotable. I wanted to be Indiana Jones when I was a kid. I think he's still cool. I think if I could go back, probably be an archaeologist, made it sound cool. I'm sure it's not as cool as it is in those movies, but yeah, I watched Raiders so many times, just doing the sliding under the door scene, the moving the statue off the thing with, all that. It's great. Yeah. Monkey brains. It's all there. All right. You down to your last one, John. What's going to round out that summer blockbuster list?
Considering all mine are off the cuff, except for Jaws.
Well, that's pretty good.
I'm gonna go with since the fact that I don't think Back to the Future came out during the summer, so I can't choose that one.
It was on a bunch of lists I saw, and I don't have it on mine, but it was definitely in most top 10s I saw. I'll say that. I'm not trying to influence. I'm just telling you honestly. I didn't want you to think of something big. You think I'm gonna go look up when the movie came out? I mean. But what's your other one if you're not going to pick that one?
I was going to say Speed.
Okay. Speed's good too. I mean,
I love the only downside is the sequel is horrible.
Yeah, but
but
so was Independence Day.
Yeah, that's true. But it took them like 20 years to make a horrible thing.
I mean, Jaws 2 is not great, John.
No, it's not either.
So sometimes sequel's not good.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the time sequel's not good. I mean, besides Star Wars, Raiders, and Dark Knight, but, it's hard to mess those. Those are franchise movies. It's hard to mess those up, but Speed is fantastic.
Speed, I really enjoyed Speed. When it came out, again, it's just edge of your seat, the whole movie, and you didn't know how it was going to...
Oh, no.
How it was going to play out.
Yeah, I mean, essentially a two-hander between, Keanu Reeves and... Sandra Bullock made Sandra Bullock's career, dude, and they had great chemistry, great movie. I want to go rewatch it. I have not watched Speed in a while, but I remember I've always enjoyed it. It's one of my movies. I'm like, it's one of my favorite action movies. I think it's fantastic for what it does. So, all right, I'm gonna round this list out with one I think is huge. The creatures in the movie are huge, still going on today for some reason, but first Jurassic Park, man. People were losing their freaking minds over this movie.
Spielberg spot.
Yeah, I know. Spielberg is really the king. I mean, get out of the way. I saw E.T. on my list. I mean, anyway, all of his movies, But yeah, Jurassic Park. I think kids today aren't going to realize, like, when we saw that movie, it was like mind blowing. We're like, how are they doing this? I mean, I don't understand how these dinosaurs look so real. And a good movie, It's an unlikely cast. Like, there's no really big names in it. I mean, it's Jeff Goldblum's in it.
He's probably the biggest name.
Sam Neill's in it. Who's the lady in it?
I
know her. I can see her face. If you said the name, I know. This is my point.
Yeah.
Who's in this movie? No, the dinosaurs. Yeah. They are the stars. Like, forget everyone else. And Jeff Goldblum, I mean, he's in it, but he's not. Sam Neill's like the antagonist, right?
Yeah.
So,
protagonist.
No, not the dinosaur's the antagonist. Which, I mean, I feel like dinosaurs got a bad rap. Like, they didn't do anything. I mean, they didn't ask to be put on that thing. They're just doing what they're doing, and people are upset about it. Like, well, you dumbs. I mean, yeah, of course they're going to try to kill you people. Anyways, I mean, in another world, if you're looking at Independence Day and like Jurassic Park, I mean, we don't know what the aliens were doing, right? I mean, maybe they were blowing stuff up. They were blowing stuff up. Maybe they looked at humanity and said, these guys are too much. They're too much.
Maybe they knew that Trump was going to be president.
Well, in another movie, Thanos could be the good guy. I mean, he wasn't a very honorable good guy. Jaws, just a shark being a shark, man. Oh, man, wait a minute. The Empire, I mean, you could argue. I mean, they were trying to bring order to the Raiders. That don't work at all. But anyways, Joker, Joker's got some points about humanity. I mean, in a real world, let me say this about Dark Knight. In the real world where you have 2 explosives on those boats, there is 0% chance one of those boats ain't hitting that trigger, dude. That's a little much. You tell me so.
The only chance is if you've got 2 wild cards, one on each boat,
right,
that grab the remote and throw it off the boat. That's it.
But in the real world, and I'm going to set up scenario
That's
for
what
all
I'm
you
saying is if they got 2, that
I want to know what the listeners say. If we had 2 boats, if you've never seen Dark Knight, there's 2 boats. Each has a detonator in their hand. And the detonator will blow up the other boat. One boat's full of normal people.
Average, everyday people.
Average Joes. And the other boat's
filled with prisoners.
Yes. And the Joker
prisoners got to go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the prisoners probably kill the other people. And the Joker says, if neither of you pull the detonation, both boats blow. And neither do it. I'm like, look, I wouldn't be able to do it. Just being honest, but there's always one sociopath in a group. The only reason the prisoners may not be able to do it is because there'd be guards with guns. But you're telling me there's not one sociopath on the normal boat? Brother, in society, there's sociopaths.
Hey, you have that same thing, and your wife and your kids are with you on the boat.
Right?
I'll be that sociopath.
I don't know if I could. John, man, you'd have to live with that for the rest of your life. You know
for a fact that the other boat's filled with prisoners.
But as the movie showed us, John, they didn't pull the trigger.
They didn't. But you just said in real life.
In real life, there's no way I couldn't do it. I couldn't. You're not killing one person, John. You're literally killing a boat full of people.
And
brother.
I'm saying that if I was on that boat without my kids.
Well, kids or not, I'd say, hey, man, I guess this is where we're at in life. I wouldn't be able to do it. You'd be that one guy. I'll do it. They give it to you. Go, I can't do it. They go, just sit down, boy. Anyway, let's recap the list. All right, John had Jaws, Avengers Endgame, Independence Day, and Speed. I had Star Wars New Hope, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Dark Knight, and Jurassic Park. That is our list. I also had other that make the list. Ghostbusters, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Top Gun. I really wish I put Top Gun there. Lion King for the animated, and that's about all. You grabbed all the other ones I had, so there you go. What was on your summer list?
Oh,
I got it. Let's hear this.
I should Jaws.
Okay.
Do the Right Thing. Dazed and Confused. The Sandlot. Dirty Dancing. The Goonies. Stand By Me.
Wait a minute. No. Dazed and Confused. You sure that's a summer movie?
The Last Day of School.
It's not in summer. It's in May.
That's summer. That's basically
summer. May is not summer. Oh, summer starts at the end of July, right?
Well, it depends on where this is taking place.
John, that's
when I lived in Baltimore, our last day of school was late July, June.
That's a spring movie. Do the Right Thing. It's definitely summer. Okay, keep going.
Sandlot, Dirty Dancing, Stand By Me.
Dirty Dancing was on list I saw, by the way.
Independence Day. That made my list anyway. National Lampoon's Vacation. My Girl, Caddyshack's probably one of the funniest movies ever.
Nah.
What?
Caddyshack's one of the funniest movies ever? Yikes. Okay. All right, everybody's got their opinion. All right, anyway, I mean, funnier than what? You want me to just list some movies? You tell me if it's funnier than, we're over, but who cares? All right, so it's funnier than...
It's not funnier than Dumb and Dumber.
Friday. Oh, John.
I mean, it's a different style of humor, but
it's not a different. No, it's not a different style of humor. It's the same freaking thing.
What,
dude? It's got a dumb character in it. It's got a level-headed character in it. There's some weird guy that's coming after them that they have to stop, and it's the same thing. It's just one set in the hood, one set on the freaking golf course. I'm telling you, you think that's far apart? It's not, dude. It's the same kind of pratfall humor. It's the same kind of jokes. I mean, it is. I would say Dumb and Dumber is different than, yes, 100%. I mean,
I'm saying if you had a different person playing Smokey, it wouldn't have been near as good a movie. If you had a
different person playing Bill Murray's part, it wouldn't have been as funny. You tell me if that's Steve Martin, that's just as funny? No. I'm not saying it's Caddyshack. I've watched Caddyshack later in life, and I just went, I don't really get what everybody's saying in this movie. I don't think it's that funny. Anyway, all right. Is that all your summer movies? We need to do the best comedies of all time. I mean, we need to start doing our favorites. We need to get rid of the Mount Rushmore, John. We've talked about this. We just need to do our favorites from here on out. I mean, we got to stop being we are our own tastemakers. So I think future lists should just be favorites.
Well, I mean, there's things that are our favorites and things that we think are better.
Right, but I want to do favorites from here on out. I mean, I think that's better. I mean, if we're doing definitive list, I mean, we should have had Top Gun on there as a summer movie. It's stupid. It's stupid we didn't have it on there. I mean, come on. It's like it's the Independence Day, Top Gun. I mean, I think we've nailed all those. Those are the two I kind of feel bad for leaving off. But now what are you going to do? Caddyshack. It's one of your favorite comedies. What are some of your other favorite comedies real quick?
I mean, I mentioned Dumb and Dumber.
Of course. I love that one. Isn't it weird we like the same kinds, but I'm like, Caddyshack? It's just such a stuffy white guy movie. I mean, it's just like, it's golf. There's better golf movies. Happy Gilmore's funnier than Caddyshack. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. You will miss a shot. Come on, dude. Yeah, I mean, so I would say Happy Gilmore is one of my top 5, without a doubt.
There, yeah.
I think UHF is better than Caddyshack.
I don't
know. I just watched it, John. I laughed the entire movie.
It's funny. I just.
Anyway. All right. We shall discuss later. All right, so this weekend, SummerSlam, Ric Flair's last freaking match. We'll be there. So if you are there and you see us, we would love for you to just come up and say hi to us. You know, we'll be there. You know what we look like. And we'll see if Ric Flair gets his head busted open. We'll find out. Who knows? And maybe you go see a Blockbuster movie and let us know how it goes. But I will tell you this, bad news. Our Amazon affiliate link is done. It expired, so we don't even have to shield that anymore. We're just a free market enterprise now. So if you want to go buy our merchandise, go do that. We get a penny for every shirt we sell. Or if you want to donate, I don't. You don't have to do any of that crap. What I really just want people to do is just go listen. Yeah. You know, listen, share. If you're gonna
the interaction is what
right
we like the most. If
you're gonna go spend money, go buy Kelly Bandis's book, or go buy Leslie Streeter's book, or just go find a guest and help them out. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you. That's why I like having the guests on. Go buy their crap. We're not artists. Go buy Georgia English's album. Go buy Jen Star Cynic. Go do something like that. But definitely go to our website, check it out, bybpod.com. That's where all of our past episodes are, all of our social media links, all of that good stuff. Like I said, hope to see you this weekend. If you're out there, come holler at it. John, with all that being said, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
And if you hit the lottery, you can donate. Yes, please donate. If you hit the lottery, we will take that donation. Email us. It's on the website. We hit it, you're not getting anything. Zilch.